Hello, and welcome to my podcast. I don't have a name for it yet, but I'm going to create this podcast because my intention is to improve communication in the construction industry between contractors and customers. I like to listen to construction podcasts, renovations, remodelers, contractors, handymen. Their communication isn't great. And then I think about that and I say, why is there all these horror stories of contractors who cancel projects, customers have to fire their contractors, they have all these nightmare issues? I remember being at a real estate seminar and talking to one of the keynote speakers. And a high net worth individual has done lots of real estate transactions, and he said, "Yeah, I'm remodeling my home right now in North Toronto, and it's a nightmare. My contractor is a nightmare. Nick, do you have any advice? Can you come finish the work so I can fire them?" And I thought, how can it come to be that you have high-end work being done in a high-end neighborhood for, a very knowledgeable individual who has experience in the industry, and yet they're still facing these problems? And to me, it's like basically any human relational issue comes down to communication. So, how can we improve communication between contractors and customers? Well, what if there was a podcast where we have customers and contractors both come on, relate their experiences, talk about how they have improved communication, and then we can distill that. We're going to drill straight down into the depths of what are the people who communicate effectively in order to get work done. What are they doing? And how can we model that? And how can we share that with the rest of the entire industry to improve communication overall in the construction industry? Because I sincerely believe that if we have high quality communication between the contractor, the builder, whoever, and their customers, then overnight you could see all of these issues disappear. Because any breakdown of, oh, the job isn't going how I wanted to, we're going to fire you, we're going to get a new contractor. I used to work for the city, and I remember they fired their contractor, and you have all these cities employees. How many planners, designers, engineers? They're all on staff, they're all in the office, they have one job, which is to get these projects done. They were building a police station, and they fired the contractor. So I don't know the details, but that's just an example. What and the contractor, this is a large contracting company, so it's not that they didn't know how to do the work. It's that somewhere down the road there was a breakdown in communication, and that couldn't be recovered because people didn't have the skills, they didn't have the language, they didn't have the understanding of what needed to be communicated in order to prevent that breakdown, which eventually leads to the city firing the contractor. This, of course, lawsuits. Okay, I would rather that contractors get the work and the money and not the lawyers. I think everybody can be better off. You don't need to fire a contractor. You and the contractor both need better communication, and then you could work with any contractor. So that's the goal of this podcast.